Could we possibly see Brian Moser return in Dexter Resurrection? Let's talk about it. I'm Pamela, welcome back to the channel. So we've gotten a ton of updates for Dexter Resurrection, so many new cast members, very exciting. Some of those actors who have joined the cast include former characters from Dexter who have died, such as the Trinity killer and Miguel Prado. We have confirmation that they are returning in Dexter Resurrection. Obviously, it's just going to be either a flashback or some kind of hallucination of Dexter's. John Lithgow, who plays Trinity, he did confirm that it's, some sort of phantom as Dexter is being brought back to life on the hospital table. So with Miguel Prado, we don't really have details, but I'm assuming it's going to be either the same exact thing as Trinity or a flashback or, a hallucination of him later on in the series. So could we see Brian Moser in the same sort of way? I think it's totally possible. I mean, we did see him in season 6 of Dexter. Dexter's kind of struggling with his inner darkness and, he typically sees Harry, but Harry went away for about an episode and Brian Moser was there, hanging out with Dexter. And we have not seen him since season 6. But I definitely think it's possible to include him in Resurrection if they wanted to. I mean, obviously they've done it before. We're bringing back dead characters, so why not Brian Moser? We know that Brian was in the prequel show, Dexter Original Sin. Obviously, this was when he was still alive and younger, but fans ate that up. We were so excited to see Brian Moser in the prequel. So with the success of the prequel and now having season 2 on the way for the prequel, they know that fans loved seeing Brian in Original Sin. So why not bring him back, the original Brian Moser, for Dexter Resurrection? And the reason I bring this up in the first place is because KRYSTEN Camargo, who plays Brian Moser, he kind of teased a potential comeback. So I'm going to get into a little bit of this article from DexterDaily.com. Here it says, following the latest casting announcements, many fans have speculated that Brian could make a return, especially given his deep connection to Dexter as his brother. While no official confirmation has been made, KRYSTEN Camargo recently reignited speculation by reposting a fan edit on his Instagram story. The edit, which is a fake announcement of his return, mimicked the style of the NYC subway casting teasers used for stars like Uma Thurman, Peter Dinklage, Neil Patrick Harris, and others. So while his Instagram post has sparked excitement, it doesn't necessarily confirm his return. In fact, it might suggest the opposite, that he hasn't been contacted for the role or is simply having fun with fan speculation. Typically, actors under NDA remain silent about their involvement in upcoming projects, avoiding any hints or confirmations. However, Brian Moser's significance in the Dexter franchise remains undeniable. With Dexter Resurrection expected to span multiple seasons, even if Brian doesn't appear in the first installment, there's always a chance he could return in the future. So yeah, I don't really know what to make of this. Like I said earlier, it's completely possible to include him if they wanted to, but the fact that he kind of teased this makes me think otherwise. Because like the article said, if he has signed an NDA, he can't really be teasing this. But I don't know, what do you guys think? Leave a comment down below. Like I said, we know that certain past characters who are dead are coming back for Dexter Resurrection. And I think it would make sense to include Brian again, since fans loved seeing him in the prequel. But maybe because we just got so much of him in the prequel, they kind of want to steer away from that for the moment, and then maybe in season 2 of Resurrection, we can see Brian again. I mean, we know that James Remar, who plays Harry Morgan, is back for Dexter Resurrection, sort of acting as Dexter's guide, as he has in the past. And then in New Blood, it was Deborah. Deb kind of took over for Harry Morgan. But now Harry Morgan is back. So I've speculated, could we still see Deb as this figment of Dexter's imagination? And Jennifer Carpenter did confirm that she's not returning, but I honestly think maybe she's lying to keep it a secret, a surprise for fans, because I did actually see a tweet from someone who has inside sources saying that that's not what they heard, that they did hear that Jennifer Carpenter is supposed to make a return. I've said here on my channel before, maybe we can get Deb just in the first episode where her and Dexter say goodbye before Harry shows up again. And then just like in season 6 of Dexter, when Harry goes away momentarily, Brian can come back for a moment, maybe just for one episode. Honestly, I think it could work where Dexter could see all three of them at times. Sometimes he sees Harry, sometimes Deb, and sometimes Brian. I mean, we know that he has these like internal conflicts. Harry sort of pushes him to channel his urges. Deb was encouraging him to ignore his urges, and Brian encourages him to channel his urges in a more evil way. So I think it could be interesting to see all three of them in Resurrection at different times. Or maybe even in one scene together. Can you imagine that? That would actually be crazy. Like all three of them arguing like over what Dexter should be doing. But that is it for today. Just a quick update. KRYSTEN Camargo, who plays Brian Moser, teased a potential return, but no confirmation yet. What are your thoughts? Leave a comment down below. Please give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here. Hit that notification bell so you can stay up to date on everything Dexter Resurrection, as well as Dexter Original Sin Season 2, now that we have confirmation it's returning. Please also go follow me over on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and I will see you guys next time.